Hello, everyone. This is Haunted, and today we have my thoughts and overview of the Spirit Halloween Golden Era. Ever since 2015, I have not had that same feeling of walking into a Spirit Halloween store. As much as I did enjoy 2015, my liking for Spirit started to dip after 2014. I did not like 2014 and could possibly be in my bottom 3 years. When I hear the golden era for Spirit, I automatically think of 2011 to 2013. All three of those years were perfect and had zero flaws. So without further ado, let's get into the first year of this golden era, 2011. 2011, my first year of Spirit. There is seriously nothing wrong with this year. From the wide variety of animatronics, the best themes, and good prices, this year was flawless. I was only 4 years old in 2011, but I do remember it really well. The first time I'd gone to Spirit, I was with my family and we went to IHOP. And the wait was pretty long, so across the street, there was a Spirit Halloween. It was not too big of a store, but as soon as I walk in, I remember Rising Coffin Vampire, rising up in the front, and a bunch of people surrounding him. It did have the three themes, but they were all kind of crammed together. I wish I could be my age and my current age and go back and experience these themes. But yeah, I also had two other stores I'd gone to that were much larger, and I went to those stores almost every day with my aunt because I was in preschool and I only had like 2 or 3 days of school in the week. Somehow, I feel like someday I will be able to experience the 2011 store again, whether when I'm older, somehow recreate it. I don't know, but I feel like there's something that's saying like I can finally someday I will experience this again because that is definitely one of my number one things I ever want to do. This year will always be my favorite year, but the next 2 years we have to review are close seconds. So let's review the second year, 2012. 2012. This year is a very close second to 2011. They are honestly very similar years, in my opinion, and I also have a way better memory of this year. I went a lot more this year because in 2011, I don't think I started going till October-ish. So right when stores came out, late August, September, I started going. The spot that I went to, the first spot that I went to, that one still at the 2012 store, and then one of the two bigger spots, one of them was still open, and that one was in Stoneham, Massachusetts, and a lot of haunters are aware of that location for being so large. I went to that location probably every day. They had this little theme to the right, and it had all like the old kind of horror characters from the prior year, so it had like Jemmy Michael, Boris, Ghostface. I think I remember seeing a Twilight Twitcher too, just some leftover props. But yeah, this year I really did love 2012. I honestly I'm not a big fan of the Terror Mills, but the barn is my second favorite theme, first being Zombie Wasteland, if I had not mentioned that yet. This year was also, I would say, Techie's prime year, with honestly the front theme I'd say 75% being Techie props, and then them having Death Row, who was probably, not counting Jumping Spider, their best seller of all time, who's still being made today, I think. I hope to see a lot of these Techie animatronics get remade, considering they are some of the best that they've ever made. My favorite Techie prop either being Mean Old Gramps or Jumping Zombie. Love those two. And yeah, I see Techie in the future. I'm aware Spirit has lost their some licenses to some props, and there's only a few props that Spirit still has license to, and two that I know of being Broken Spine Girl and Mean Old Gramps. So I would love to see those again, but I do expect to see techie returns at places such as Home Depot and Party City. That was 2012. Let's get into the last year of this golden era, 2013. And finally, last but not least, 2013. I think 2013 is the fan favorite year for Spirit. Most people's favorite year is 2013. And I totally see why. The Clown Train being my third favorite theme of all time, it did not have one prop I disliked. All of the locations of my prior years had moved around, and I was stuck with 4 different locations. I was in kindergarten that year, so I did not have many days during the week to go. So I have a good memory of it, but honestly not too well, because I didn't go as much as the years before. I was also not a big fan of the Asylum. I just didn't really like the props as much in the back, because I don't know. I like Death Row. Like, I like Death Row 2012, like them in 2013, but I didn't like Convulsing Nurse and like the from Lady in the Wheelchair. I forget what her name is, but I just was not a big fan of Wheelchair Psycho. Yeah, I just wasn't a big fan of those props. But it does not take away the fact that 2013 is one of the greatest years in Spirit's history, and I hope to see a lot of props from this year be remade. I just re-listened to those clips. My voice is a little scratchy because I'm kind of sick and I have not been drinking much water, so my voice is a little like raspy. But 2011, like there could have been years before that you could classify as the golden era, but I did not go between 2008 and 2010, so I cannot put them in my golden era, even though they do seem like very good years. But why will this golden era never be the same? Well, a lot of companies such as Gemmy, Magic Power, Easewall Management, Talix Artware, and Morbid Industries no longer make items for Spirit Halloween. So props like Boris Karloff Frankenstein, Twilight Twitcher, Cemetery Angel, Silent Deadly, and Reagan can no longer be remade, at least how they used to be. Nostalgia is also a big factor in this. But I still feel as though, at my current age, 15 years old, if I were put back in that era, I would enjoy it much more than I enjoy stores today. A lot of these good props, like I said, from Techie, New Ray Sun, SVI doesn't have much to return because they lost a lot of their old molds. But YJ, I feel like they have really great opportunities of returning in the near future. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching.